guys, come on downstairs. We are playing a little Minnesota Twins franchise here. It is games 118 through 120 of year number 3. But first off, let's get to a look at the American League Awards races here in our Minnesota Twins franchise. First off, the most valuable player, Mike Trout, batting .331 with 32 home runs, 85 driven in. Edwin Encarnacion looking for a back-to-back AL MVP. And Josh Donaldson in the mix as well. American League Cy Young, Doug Fister, 17-4, a 1.92 ERA, 93 strikeouts. David Price, Rick Porcello. I have to give the nod to Doug Fister, though. American League batting title, Will Myers is out to a pretty substantial lead over Mike Trout with his .348 average. Most of that done with the Padres. He has hit well for us, though, for sure. And reliever of the year, Luke Gregerson. Look at that ERA, a 0.89 ERA with 22 strikeouts, 29 saves on the year. Kevin Segrist, 58 strikeouts, a 1.93 ERA, and 35 saves is in the mix. It'll be interesting to see how he does. He's had a fantastic year and was snubbed from the All-Star team. The rookie of the year, Aaron Judge. Yes, he is just a rookie in this franchise that was started back in 2016. And our very own Jose Barrios, 7-5, a 3.77 ERA, and over 100 strikeouts. And Alex Bregman is also a rookie. Hank Aaron Award, Mike Trout, .331 batter, 32 home runs, 85 RBIs. That's where he's got Will Myers beat, is in the home runs and runs batted in. American League Gold Glove now. Let's look at the pitchers. With the Golden Gloves, Matt Latos, Doug Fister, and Chris Tillman. Matt Latos won it last year. Behind the plate, Evan Gattis again. Deoner Navarro and Yan Gomes. Evan Gattis won it last season. Brian McCann the year before that. At first base, Chris Davis looking for his third consecutive Gold Glove. Hanley Ramirez and Greg Bird also in the mix, all from the American League East. At second base, Dustin Pedroia and Jace Peterson from our team, 992 fielding percentage. And Tony Kemp from the Astros. Last year, Starlin Castro won it. At third base, Manny Machado not in the mix this year. Longoria, Donaldson, and Turner are the three leaders. And at shortstop, Andrelton Simmons and Jose Iglesias. Right there near the top, those are the last two Gold Glove winners at short. Out in the outfield, Blake Swihart from the Red Sox. In left field, Brett Gardner and Michael Brantley. And Nomar Mazara won it last year. Center field, Adam Jones looking for his second straight. Kevin Kiermaier and Kevin Pillar, the usual suspects. In center field with the glove. Right field, Josh Reddick, Nick Markakis, and Jake Marisnick. Mookie Betts has won 2 in a row, and he is not in the top 3. All right, Silver Slugger Awards. At the designated hitter position, Edwin Encarnacion, Chris Davis, and our very own Miguel Sano, who's batting .286 with 23 home runs and 73 RBIs. Silver Slugger behind the plate, Evan Gattis, Salvador Perez, Stephen Vogt. Last year, Brian McCann won it. The year before that was Yan Gomes. At first base, Will Myers leading the pack. Greg Bird also there. C.J. Cron. I think this is Will Myers' Silver Slugger Award to lose. Edwin Encarnacion won it last year. Miguel Cabrera 2 times in a row before that. At second base, Ian Kinsler again. Rougned Odor, Jason Kipnis. Third base, Todd Frazier, Josh Donaldson, looking for his 4th consecutive at least. I don't know who won it in 2014, but Silver Slugger at shortstop last year, Troy Tulowitzki. He is now with the Colorado Rockies. And Andrelton Simmons looks to be in the mix this year. In the outfield, Mike Trout, Mark Canha of the Tampa Bay Rays. They just acquired him this season. Mid-season trade deadline trade with the Oakland A's. Kevin Pillar as well. Other outfielders, Justin Upton as well. So those are your Silver Slugger and other various awards. We're going to get into the 3-game series with the Tigers that we have here today, coming off a 4-game sweep against the Red Sox. And this is a very important series. The Tigers are trailing us in the division by, 4 games? So the Tigers, or is that 5? 5 games, my bad. So the Tigers 5 games behind us in the American League Central. In game number 1 of the series, we're going to go with Will Myers, Piscotty, Rosario, Sano, Nunez, Mesoraco, Jace Peterson, Robbie Grossman, the DH, and Byron Buxton in center field. Remember, Luis Valbuena is out with an injury and probably fairly close to returning in the next week or so. And Alex Wood will take the hill for us, making his 24th start, a 3.02 ERA, 1.20 whip. Couple of strikeouts away from number 100 on the season, and the opposing pitcher from the Tigers will be Daniel Norris. He's having a fantastic year as well. 9-5 record, a 2.56 ERA in 123 innings. So let's get this one started off in the second inning. James McCann, the catcher, batting .296 with runners on second and third. The delivery from Wood, ground ball to the right side. Will Myers has it. He records the second out at first, but a run comes in to score for the Tigers. Nick Castellanos crosses the plate, and Detroit jumps out to a 1-0 early lead here in this game, the first of three. Stephen Piscotty now, batting .253 with 14 home runs. With runners on first and second and one out, Stephen Piscotty swings and misses. So Daniel Norris gets the strikeout. And that'll bring up Eddie Rosario now. .291 batter with 9 home runs on the year. Looking for double digits here with runners on first and second and 2 outs. And Rosario skies this one high into the air over second base. And Kinsler is there, still in the infield to make the play. In the middle of 5, it's still 1-0 Tigers. Looking to win the first game of this series. Brendan Holt at the plate now for the Tigers. He drives it deep to left field. Eddie Rosario is just going to watch this one sail over his head and into the seats. A solo home run for Brendan Holt. And the Tigers increase their lead to 2-0 here at Comerica Park. 8th inning. K-Rod comes in, having a little bit of a rough year. 1-4 record, 4.10 ERA. With a runner on first and Eddie Rosario representing the tying run. Rodriguez pitch. Rosario lines it into the gap in left center. It's going to split the outfielders and roll slowly to the wall. This is going to be a possible triple for Rosario, but he's going to hold up a second. He does, however, drive in a run. 25th double of the year for Eddie Rosario. It's 2-1 Tigers. We go to the 9th inning now. Justin Wilson on, looking for save number 22, a 3.90 ERA. Facing Will Myers, who's 0 for 3 on the day. With a runner on first and 2 outs, Will Myers representing the go-ahead run, but he checks his swing and does not check it, actually, and strikes out. The Tigers win Game 1, snap our 6th-game winning streak, and the Tigers lead the season series 7-6. With this 2-1 victory, Daniel Norris gets the win. He went 6 2/3, 6 hits, no runs, given up, a walk, 7 strikeouts. Justin Wilson comes on and gets the save. Alex Wood with the loss, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts for the Twins. Second game of the series now, game number 119 of the season. Will Myers, Stephen Piscotty, Nunez, Sano, Rosario, Grossman DHing again, Mesoraco behind the plate, Jace Peterson and Emilio Bonifacio in center for Byron Buxton. The Tigers go with Iglesias, Fowler, Cabrera, Upton, Castellanos, Kinsler, Holt, Christian in right field, and Jared Saltalamacchia behind the plate. On the hill for the Twins, Kyle Gibson, 10-10 record, a 3.02 ERA, 131 strikeouts to 22 walks, giving up only 107 hits and 128 innings. And, of course, no introduction needed for Justin Verlander. He is not having a Justin Verlander-like year, though. 5-9 with a ERA approaching 4.5. Second inning. Devin Mesoraco at the plate. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. And the delivery from Justin Verlander. Mesoraco drives it deep to the opposite field. Charlie Christian's going back of the track at the wall. It's gone. Home run. Devin Mesoraco. And that is a 3-run bomb in the second inning. Justin Verlander can do nothing but watch and wonder what's going wrong with his season. Middle of the second inning, it's 3-0. Minnesota with the lead. We go to the third now. Miguel Sano at the plate with a runner on first and 1 out. Verlander still on the hill. He's thrown 40 pitches. in 2 1/3 innings, and Sano drives this one to the opposite field. The ball is carrying that way today, and this one is gone. A 2-run home run, and the Twins lead 5-0. Devin Mesoraco now, 1 for 1, the 3-run home run last inning. He's going to get another shot here in the third with the runner on second and 2 outs, and Devin Mesoraco tags another one. And Justin Verlander is throwing batting practice here today. That one goes into the bullpen. And the Twins, 7-0 lead. They roll in this game and win 12-3. Tie up the season series. Justin Verlander gives up 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned in only 3 innings of work. Kyle Gibson, 7 1/3 innings, 3 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts on the day. He's your winner. Devin Mesoraco, 4 for 5 with 2 home runs, a double, 6 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Is definitely the player of the game. Game number 120, final game of this 3-game series. We're going to go with Myers, Piscotty, Nunez, Sano, Rosario, Grossman, Peterson, John Ryan Murphy, and Byron Buxton. That's the second game of a back-to-back. John Ryan Murphy will catch in place of Devin Mesoraco, despite him having a fantastic game yesterday. Jose De Leon will start for us. He's 4-2 with 4.05 ERA, 80 strikeouts, 18 walks, and the rain is falling a little bit here in Detroit. Shane Green will get the nod for the Tigers. He's 7-9, a 3.97 ERA, 114 strikeouts to 40 walks. And let's get some highlights going here in the 4th inning of the rubber match of this 3-game series. 2 teams split the first 2 games. In the 2nd inning, with a runner on second and 2 outs, Eddie Rosario harmlessly grounds into Ian Kinsler, and the Tigers get out of the inning. We go to the 5th with no score. Jace Peterson at the plate, 293 batter, 6 home runs, 32 RBIs. Nobody on, 1 out, and Jace Peterson gets a hold of that one. That one's got a chance. Going towards the right center gap, and it just squeezes itself out over the yellow line. And Jace Peterson with a solo home run gets the scoring started halfway through the game. Next batter, John Ryan Murphy. Very first pitch, he hits another towering fly ball into left center field. That one has a chance as well, and that one's going to be into the bullpen. And that is the first home run of the year for John Ryan Murphy. And back-to-back home runs in the 5th put the Twins up 2-0. We turn the page to the 6th. Dexter Fowler, a 297 hitter, into the box facing Jose De Leon. 0-2 count with 1 out. And Dexter Fowler gets one out over the plate on an 0-2 count. Definitely a mistake pitch by Jose De Leon. And the solo home run ties it up at 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Next batter, Miguel Cabrera, 0-1 count with 1 out. And this one again gets too much of the plate. That one's heading back towards the wall. Eddie Rosario's at the wall, leaps, and he can't make the catch. So the Twins with back-to-back home runs in the 5th, the Tigers with back-to-back home runs in the 6th, and Detroit takes a 3-2 lead on Miggy's solo blast to left. At the end of the 6th, 3-2 Detroit. 8th inning, K-Rod in again, see if he can give up some more runs. 1-4 record on the year, ERA over 4. Eddie Rosario at the plate with 2 outs, 1 on. 8th inning, Twins down to their final 4 outs, and Eddie Rosario flips the game upside down with a 2-run home run, opposite field, reminiscent of the home run he hit in his first ever Major League at bat, except it was against a lefty. And Eddie Rosario gives the Twins a 4-3 victory as Kevin Seagrist comes in to earn his 37th save and close the door on this one. So we come into Detroit and increase our lead in the American League Central by 1 game as we win 2 out of 3. We now lead the Tigers by 6, the Indians by 7.5, and the Royals by 9.5. JT Chargois earns the win in relief. Francisco Rodriguez is the losing pitcher for the Tigers in the game. Let's look at the American League standings quickly. The Yankees, 2.5 games ahead of the Jays, 4 over the Red Sox. The Rays, 9 back. Like we said, we're 6 games ahead of the Tigers, 7.5 over the Indians. Out in the West, the Angels, half a game lead over the Rangers. The A's 10 back. The Astros have tied the A's at 10 games back as well. And the Rangers and the Blue Jays would be the 2 wildcard teams in the AL. Over in the NL, the Nationals, a 3-game lead over the Phillies, 5 over the Mets. The Central, Cubs have a 2-game lead over the Pirates, 4 over the Cardinals. The Pirates and the Cardinals would be the 2 wildcard teams if the playoffs were to start today. And the Dodgers have a 9-game lead over the Giants. The Giants have got that back down to single digits. And the Rockies are 10.5 back. So that is episode number 146 of Minnesota Twins franchise. Next up, we are on the road against the Cleveland Indians with another big intra-division series in the American League Central here on Minnesota Twins franchise on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.